gentlemen, we are here live. Okay, another Facebook Live on this lovely Wednesday, the 23rd of April. Today, we are very fortunate from the lovely state of Arizona to have Jodi Faulkner. Jodi, welcome to the show. The studio
Glad
audience
to be
goes
here.
crazy. Well, thanks for taking your time out. I know your husband's away, so he can't be here, but we'll have the the one who's been doing it the longest, Jodi Faulkner. So, Jodi, tell us a little about yourself, how long you've been doing this, all that good stuff, please.
Wonderful. Well, so I've been in the industry for a little over 18 years now. That seems to have flown by. I started my real estate practice in Chicago. I did business there for about 7 years. We got relocated to Iowa for a couple years for my husband, who worked for John Deere for most of his career up until now, which we'll talk about
Yeah.
coming up. And then in 2015, we moved to Phoenix area. And so I have been doing business here in Phoenix for 10 years.
Wow, that is awesome. And you've been doing, selling real estate, doing incredibly well. I'm going to throw a new question in here. When you
Okay.
got into the business,
Yeah.
versus what you thought it was and versus what it really is, what surprised you the most? Like when you go, oh my God, this is so awesome. What did you like most about it?
Well, there's tons of things that I love about it. I mean, obviously, so came from the corporate world. I had a marketing background. I had went and got my master's in business. I envisioned myself going the corporate path for a long time until I bought my first condo, and that's kind of what got me even interested in love with the process. So when I got into the industry, I knew I loved looking at houses. I knew that process all seemed very fun. I think some of the things that I enjoy the most and always did is the ability to work with clients and that change up all the time. So in the corporate world, it would be that, we had our teams and we worked with maybe the same people all the time over and over again. And something that I absolutely love about real estate is that we get to constantly meet new people, learn new things about what works for people. And I love that. I'm a people person. I love to get to know people. So it presents a lot of new challenges because you never necessarily figure everyone out. Like you definitely can't group people into one size fits all, but that's fun to me. It's fun to be able to meet new people, have this business constantly change not only itself, but the people that we work with to make our business fun.
That is awesome. What a great answer, too. And you know what? Just saying that shows your confidence level because not everybody likes to meet new people. People don't like change mostly. So when you're already into the I like meeting new people and constantly filling my pipeline, that explains a lot. So tell them a little about I know your husband, like you just said, he had to send in his John Deere letter. We joke about dear John when he left John Deere.
Hey, nothing bad to say about John Deere. They were a fantastic company for him, but it's a,
Oh, they
yeah.
sure
So
are.
I guess I'll give you a little bit of the evolution. So have
Please.
done real estate for 18 years. When I was in Chicago, I was always a solo agent in Chicago. So I think at that time in my career, when I was learning everything, and I definitely felt like I had to be in control of all of the details for it to go right. And so over time, I have learned that it's great to be able to lift other people up and have them do things that they excel at. And maybe they're not always the things that I'm not great at everything. I'm very clear on that. And so I've definitely opened up to the idea of, I love working with people. So that kind of has naturally evolved to that we formed a team. So in 2022, we created the AZ 24/7 real estate team. That was actually completely organic. I did not set out to have a team. I had some friends, I had some past clients that expressed an interest in real estate, and I knew that they would be fantastic at it. And so we bonded together, and we're kind of a team. So there's 5 of us total. It's 4 ladies, and now with the wonderful addition of my husband. So yes, he recently has joined us. 20 plus some years in the corporate world was always a wonderful thing for him, but we've been married for going on 17 years, and he has watched me in real estate that entire time. So he has had to live it, sleep it, every dinner, everything he hears and listens to real estate. And the fun thing is that he has actually always been equally as passionate about real estate. So it's one thing that he has thoroughly enjoyed. And we always joke, we've moved 8 times, in every time Jason, my husband, has actually found the house that we choose to live in. And that's I've done real estate 18 years, and he is the one who has always found it because he's always been somewhat obsessed with it. So it's been a lot of fun after all this time of him, kind of supporting and watching from the sidelines, that this year he decided was the year, and he's joined me at the start of the year. So now 5, and we have some diversity in the group because people have joked that we're 4 females that are all of a similar age. So we got a guy in the group.
We got a guy, and you got a hell of a guy too, because he's my kind of guy. Because he comes out of the corporate world, he gets into real estate, and what does he do? He's out door knocking your gigantic farm every day, enjoying it. That's my kind of dude.
He does. Jason, absolutely. He carries the discipline and the professionalism from the corporate world without a doubt. And he wakes up in the morning and knows he wants to get stuff done. He wants to be productive with his time. And that's been so helpful for me because I have always loved real estate. I'm passionate about it. I love what I do. But I acknowledge one part that has not always been consistent is that certain aspects of it, running it truly more like a business, in knowing that I have to block out times to accomplish certain goals. It's been a little bit looser with my schedule up until now. Jason has joined, and now we're a lot more focused because this is our thing together. We both have real estate, and we got to make it work.
So you have the knowledge, the experience, and now you brought in an engine. You just put a new engine in.
That's right. That's right.
I love it.
We've got the engine.
Tell them about all the great stuff you have going on. Tell them about your show. Tell them about what you guys are doing. Your year is starting off incredibly well. Tell them all about that, please.
Yeah, so kind of fun. At the start of the year, I was approached by The American Dream, is a TV show that has been around for a good 10 years. So it's not a new thing. But they have worked with top agents throughout the country. And basically what they do, they're looking for agents that have a lot of experience. They're not looking for the latest YouTube sensation or somebody who's just kind of playing around with it. They want agents who are already truly ingrained into their communities and that are very knowledgeable about real estate, community, lifestyle. So they approached me to be a host, and I'm covering the North Phoenix Valley. It's been an awesome thing for me because what this show is all about, it's about promoting community, lifestyle, and yes, real estate, but most of it, it's like an 80-20 mix, they like to say. You focus mainly on community in the lifestyle that people are living, and then you tie in the real estate end of it. So this is perfect for me because clearly, I already love real estate. I've done this for 18 years, but I also know how important the community that we live in matters to how much we love our homes and how much of a right fit that is. I can think of examples of like where clients have given me their list. These are the things that I want in a home: bedrooms, bathrooms, finishes, those type things. And if we can find all that, and if we put it in the wrong community, if they don't feel connected and that they're in the right place and community, it's not the right fit. It's not always the right fit. It's got to be all of those things together. And so this American Dream like TV show has really been a great fit for me because I love the chance to promote the community, the lifestyle, and then what ties that together about this is what makes the real estate special in these communities.
I love it. And you can hear the passion, the dedication, and so forth in your voice too. It's really obvious that you love living in Arizona. You love You do. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah. So actually, when we got moved so it was through John Deere that we got moved out to Phoenix in the first place back in 2015. And it was supposed to be a short-term stay. It was supposed to be, my husband was part of a management rotation program. And I think we were supposed to be out here for 18 months. And when we got out here, I kid you not, it was about a matter of a week when I was just like, we're not leaving. Like the Phoenix feels like home to me. It did from the minute that we got out here. I think a huge part of that is just that we do kind of on that point about lifestyle and community. We don't have children, and my husband and I absolutely love to travel. We love to do anything outdoors. So hiking, biking, swimming, all of those things, those are completely the things that we love. In the north side of Phoenix was like, we have it all. We can travel on weekends where we can go and visit these amazing places just on quick weekend trips. We can explore endlessly, and we get to do all the things that we love. So yeah, Phoenix was supposed to be a short-term stay. I clearly love being here because we very quickly decided that this was home.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Isn't that great when you have that feeling? You know when you get there. It was kind of weird with me about Vegas. When I moved here, I before I got here, I was like, yeah, I'll be there for a year, and then I moved here, and I was like, I think it's an absolute fabulous place to be. I think part of it is the desert life, which the weather is good most of the time, right?
Yeah, we learn to jump in our pool 5 times a day in the summer, and we also learn to sneak away sometimes in the summer, get into a little bit cooler climate. Flagstaff is 2 hours north of us. We're on the north end of the valley, so yeah, we have options, and we feel very good about living in Arizona. It's a beautiful place.
Flagstaff, you can do everything from mountain biking to climbing to even skiing. I mean, the ski area is still
Skiing.
open.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And then
you
you have
got it all.
Sedona too.
Yeah, exactly.
The positive
That's where
energy
my husband
vortex of
is
the
today.
universe.
He's in Sedona mountain biking for a late birthday trip. So yes,
Right.
we've
Good
got
for
those
him. Good
amazing
for him.
options to be able to
What
take
a great
advantage of.
place to do it.
Yep.
All right, so awesome. So we know a little about you now, your show, what you're doing, how you got here, all that good stuff. Now give them, okay, so I'm an agent. I'd like to take my business to the next level. What would be the 3 top things that you would tell them to focus on to really give it your all and be a success in this business?
Okay. Well, one I'm going to say is something that we didn't really touch on yet. I said that in the beginning, I was really big on holding on to all the details and feeling like I needed to do everything to be successful. So, the start of this year, I finally committed to getting a transaction coordinator, and the lovely Wendy Weiss out of the Kierland office has made my life so much easier. Thank you, Wendy. It's just letting go of some of those details that I am really not providing my best value to. And so Wendy has made my life so much easier with being able to manage it. And the thing people told me from so long ago that I never really completely embraced was that when you can let go of those details, you can focus on the growth. And that's what we really now have been able to do, because I used to fill my days with thinking I'm busy. I was always busy, but it wasn't with work that was always productive work. It was, I got to call this person, make sure every detail is taken care of. And now I get to know that stuff is being taken care of, and I can just go out there and focusing on my clients and where I truly add value. So big lesson that took a long time for me to really embrace, but we got there. So the other thing is have fun. I mean, literally, I came out of the corporate world and came into real estate, and I feel like every day is truly, I don't mean to be cliche with it, but it's a gift. I get to choose what I focus on every single day. I get to choose the clients that I work with. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. We know in this industry, there's a lot of big challenges that we come up with, but at the end of the day, I control my destiny, and I love that. So have fun. And if you're if you love what you do, you're passionate about it, you're enthusiastic about it, that is contagious. People want to be around that. And just simply by doing things that I love and telling people about that, it's a natural way to gain friends, clients, and continue to grow the business. So have fun. And then I would say probably keep learning, like literally learn it and be willing to pivot at a dime. So in 18 years, I've seen a lot go on in this industry. I mean, I've been through a huge market crash. I've been through different time periods when the market was super hot and we were receiving 20 offers on every property we listed. you have to go with the flow. You have to learn new things. Something that I actually have truly embraced recently is that I've always liked to learn new things, but now when challenges come up in deals, 18 years, long time to do real estate, but I truly feel like I learn something new. If I don't do it every day, every week, there is something new that I'm learning. And I feel like when I used to get those emails of like, oh, this deal, something's happening with this deal, it's really upsetting, everybody's worked up about it. It used to be a downer. It used to be like, oh man, we got to get through this. And I really have changed my mindset on it. And it's like, hey, this is a new challenge that I haven't worked through before. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call somebody. I'm going to learn something new so that I can use that for my next deal. And honestly, it's kind of changed the whole dynamic of like seeing challenges as opportunities to learn something new. And I've had a lot of fun with that.
That's so true too. It's like the old saying, calm waters never made a good sailor, or something like that. You have
Yep.
to have a little challenge. Plus, it makes it more interesting. Plus, if you have the confidence to get through it, like you said,
Yep.
all you're doing is learning, so you become even more experienced for your next transactions by having. And let's face it, it's real estate. Almost
Yep.
all of them are slightly different, right?
100%. I've trying to train in Jason, my husband, who's learning right now, and another member of the team, Becky, is doing phenomenal. She's learning too. And it's funny because I look at it and I'm like, every week that we're talking about different things, I am truly learning new things and teaching them too. And it's like you do every time you run into a new scenario with real estate. And that's fun. You should enjoy that about our business. Like sometimes it can be stressful, but at the same time, it's cool to be able to do something for that long and know that you're always going to run into something that you probably haven't experienced before.
Absolutely. And you got a little outside your comfort zone by joining coaching this year. You've been in for a few
Yeah.
months now, right? So that's been great. I've really enjoyed working with you, and I think we're going to really crank it this year too. But
Yep.
you have to have what you're describing coming out of the corporate world, and your husband, and you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit. This is a business that you get paid what you're worth. The most important vote is yours. I would say the only vote that matters is yours, and who you surround yourself with is very helpful
Yep.
too. But you have to understand that it's very rewarding to do it have your own business. You're a business within the business, right? And
Yep.
get results. Everything happens because of you, or nothing will happen if you don't do anything. So it's also a big responsibility, but it's also very rewarding, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And fun that we get to pick like the teams, like you said, that are around us. Have like amazing team within our group, but then our extended partners too. It's fun that we even get to choose who it is that we partner with on a regular basis. So
Yeah. Yeah.
opportunity to give a little shout out here to Felicia Burke with the Agave title, because we just had an amazing event last weekend. And I just want to specifically say thank you, because Felicia is unbelievable. Took her Friday, totally helped us out with the event, traveled for the weekend, and gave up a Friday night to be with us. So appreciate our partners too that help us grow.
Yeah, Felicia is great. And don't they have the best name in real estate? Agave. I
Agave
just love
title.
that.
Perfect
Agave.
desert.
And we might as well throw one out for prosperity too. Prosperity, woo!
Prosperity. Nick also gave us he helped sponsor it as well. So absolutely, Prosperity's been a great partnership too.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's nice to have. I remember years ago when I started, back in 1985. By 1990, I was doing pretty well, and I had to develop these relationships on my own. It just made sense to me to use one person for loan, one person for title, which I did. Okay, and then now it turned to all into these business relationships. You need
Yeah.
contracts because of RESPA, and so it's really evolved into something that's really unbelievable, isn't it?
Yep. It really is. Have an
Good, good,
amazing
good.
team. It's awesome.
All right. I also like to ask this, Jodi. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to say to these wonderful people out here in Facebook land?
Mm. Anything that we haven't talked about that, no, I think we covered everything from my end that I think is important. Like I said, my biggest thing is just that you really should enjoy what you're doing every day. When you have the opportunity to be able to control your destiny in real estate and pick the things that you love to do, pick right. Do things that
Yeah.
you like doing and grow, expand on them. It's like if you know you have things that you're passionate about, find a way to incorporate those into the business and have fun with it.
Yeah, and that to me, that says a lot about the person. Like, I want to do something. And I remember sitting in college and saying to myself, you go to work for someone else. If someone likes you, you get promoted, things are great. If they don't or
Yep.
whatever, then you don't. When you're in real estate, you show up every day and work hard. You have different clients and things going on all the time.
Yep.
Okay, you can produce it by yourself, but it requires a certain amount of, entrepreneurial spirit, confidence, ability to learn, all the things that you mentioned are all
Yep.
important. Well, Jodi, I just want to say thank you very much for taking your time out today. This was completely wonderful. I'm sure people got a lot of good nuggets out of it. And once again,
Good.
thank you for taking your time.
Yep. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye, Jodi. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.